Tank, you gotta turn yourself in, kid, man. Serious side.
Push the weight and no flex. Flex alive is one in the six. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Look, man. All right. I know a lot of y'all gonna click on this, thinking I'm gonna clown the situation. I know a lot of haters are gonna click on this so they can nitpick about my feelings towards him as an athlete or as a person. This ain't that. If you take it as that, that's on you. Tank, turn yourself in before this gets ugly. I don't like this atmosphere. I'm getting a horrible vibe, man. I've had it all day. Just yesterday, I'm minding my own business, and then they said, okay, there's a warrant issued for his arrest. I'm like, okay, or something like that. And then they said, as soon as I heard U.S. Marshals are involved in helping to track him down, and I'm like, wait a minute. Track him down. Is he running? And as of right now, things might be changed as I'm doing. Things might have changed as I'm doing this video. But the kid hasn't turned himself in. And I'm calling him a kid. He's in his 30s. He's a grown man. He's a father. But if you don't know by now that this grown adolescent has mental issues, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, he's told us he wants to get therapy, but the fear of him leaving the sport and getting therapy and getting all the anger out of him, he can't function as a boxer without having that anger in him. And that's just not true, young man. You have to know how to get into character and get up for a fight. And nothing else should be bothering you while you're in it. He don't know how to turn it on and off. He uses his personal gripes, whatever they are, to fuel his talent in the ring, I guess. And that's just ridiculous. I said before, man, y'all asked me to leave him alone. Y'all questioned my blackness when I said, man, I don't like this Jake Paul fight. I like the Lamont Roach fight for him. And that's a fight I didn't like at first because he was pulling him up from 130. Y'all said, mind your business. He's looking out for his fellow DMV brother. And I said, well, according to a certain other content creators list, one of the things he said he liked about Tank was that he wasn't trying to be friends with anyone in or around his weight division. But meanwhile, now all of a sudden, we go from that to he's looking out for his DMV brother. I said, well, fine. He's fighting him, and there's nothing I could do about it. Turned out to be a really good fight in which I thought Lamont Roach was robbed. So we thought we was getting a rematch. He clowned Lamont, kind of doxed him, said that they were going to run up in his house, or I don't know who they is, but he said, we're going to come to that house that you have on the hill or whatever, threaten his kids. But dude, do whatever you're going to do in the ring. What are you doing threatening where this man lives and his kids and everything? I don't know what that was about, but Lamont was saying this guy's going to pull a fast one and get up out the fight. I said, all Tank fans said, nah, we're going to get him next time. We're going to knock him out next time. I said, well, let's see it. That's all I ever say, right? Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. And you know what happened? Not the fight. I giveth and I taketh away. That's what he said, right? And then he got in trouble with this girl. But I'm missing a very important part. He signed to fight Jake Paul. And then y'all told me to leave him alone about that. You black, right, Drew? Let him get his money, right, Drew? That's what you said. And I'm hating on him because he's getting $40 million. Never mind the fact he could have made double, triple amount of that if he'd have fought his contemporaries and worked with Turkey Al Sheikh. But y'all was so hell bent on saying he ain't got to bend the knee for anyone, but he damn sure bent the knee for Jake Paul. He got on both knees, didn't he? Jake Paul violated him, cussed him out, and said, "You're my female dog. I'm paying you. I'm your boss. 40 mil." He said, "That's facts. That's facts." Okay, well, yeah. And you took that like a little boy that you were. And we left you alone about that. And all I said at that point, I said, look, let him get his 40 million and retire and take care of his little girls, whatever he want to do. Retire and get your therapy. Get out the public eye. Leave boxing alone. You're tired. I can tell the kid tired. He said he's tired. He said he don't want to fight anymore. The most dangerous thing for a boxer to do is fight, not because you just love the game, but it's dangerous when you fight because you have to. And 10 times out of 10 is financial reasons. That's why he was hell bent on that $40 million. He blew that. He couldn't even get that right because he's dealing with this girl, this bottle girl, whom openly said, "Hey, I'm not even his girlfriend. We weren't together at that time." Not like that. So it's a chick that he was smashing. Then he goes down to the club and puts mitts on her because she wasn't falling in line with his program. Instead of you leaving the chick alone because you're a millionaire, right? You're a boss, right? Instead of you leaving her alone, you go down to her place of work. A millionaire goes down to a place of work to physically assault a bottle girl. And yes, he assaulted her. They have videos. I don't care if you've seen it. And let me park there for a minute. All of you, we didn't see the video. We didn't see the video. If it was video, it would have been released already. No. That's not true. Brick lady. Brick in the face. Remember her? They been had that video. They say she had a fight. She wasn't assaulted. She was met with equal force, and it wasn't a brick. It was a bottle, a water bottle. And then you found out she was exposed to be a liar. But you remember how many brothers was cutting down other brothers for questioning her integrity or lack thereof? Because the more information we've got about her, you found out that she was a habitual liar and she was abusing GoFundMe. All those brothers that were on her side had to eat those words with salt and pepper. So all you brothers right now on the Tank side of things, just remember this guy has a reputation of doing this. All you dudes that say, "Oh, I need to see video, I need to see video." You the same dudes that wanted to see a doctor's note when Errol Spence said, "I can't fight Manny, my retina's detached," and I went and got a second opinion. They won't let me fight. I need to see doctor's notes. Deontay Wilder has a fracture in his skull. His doctor said, "Hey man, no glove did this. There was a foreign object that did this." Tyson Fury never broke another bone in anyone's body ever again before or after that. But y'all need to see proof. Proof. Y'all need to see proof of this. I strongly doubt that they would have a whole news conference and the officers stood on a podium and said what they saw and they had probable cause to issue an arrest. And now they have the U.S. Marshals looking for this kid. If you're a Tanker maniac, like if you love him, like I know y'all do, y'all need to be getting on Twitter and everything else saying, "Yo, bro, turn yourself in." Because he's going to remember. I don't care how light-skinned he is. They're going to remind him that he's black. And I don't want him to meet a hail of bullets. Because contrary to what you believe, yeah, Drew, you hating on Tank. Yeah. You put that coat on me, I squeeze into it. Yeah, I hate the kid. I don't like how he moves business-wise. No. I don't like the fact that he pimped the Muslim religion just to get that bracelet off his ankle so he can move around. I don't like the fact that he's a liar. I don't like the fact that he's a coward. I don't like the fact that he's not giving me anything that I want in a professional fighter. But I want you guys to understand that this has nothing to do with his contemporaries at all. That has nothing to do with that. Because if he was fighting his contemporaries, he'd be in camp for too long to even be worried about these girls. This is the sign of a weak man. This is a sick Negro. And all you cats did was enable him. So while you're running around justifying everything he does, what you need to do is just get busy on Twitter and all over social media, DM him or something to say, "Brother, turn yourself in. before they hurt you. He's worth more than all the people looking for him put together. And you don't want the most trigger-happy officer running him down and saying, hey, he was coming right for me with his fist balled up. He's a pro fighter, so I had to take him down. Y'all don't listen when I talk, do you? Y'all didn't hear me when I said I didn't like the Jake Paul fight. Because I don't care whether they had an agreement or not. I just saw in my mind Jake Paul risking $10 million just to beat him down, to make a point. How would a poster look with Jake Paul standing over an unconscious Tank Davis or a Tank Davis I can't beat the 10 count? Then y'all be screaming about how he broke character. He broke an agreement. And it's not going to matter because decades later, that picture's going to be viral no matter how you like it or don't like it. I didn't want that for him, but you don't hear me when I talk about that. You didn't hear me when I said when baby mama was running through his place of residence, smashing stuff while holding his child, tearing up the house and taking his toothbrush and putting it in a diaper with feces on it. And then she spit in his face. Luckily, the smartest thing he ever did was document everything via his phone. And I tore her up on my live stream because I honestly believe she tried to get him murdered. Because she did all of that, then called the cops and said he hit me. Now, why does she think she was going to get away with that? Because that's his reputation. And I stood in the pocket for him on that. You know why? I ain't got to like you as a fighter, but do I want to see you dead as a black man? Go on and question my blackness now. I dare you. I'm in other chats today just reading and listening to people. You still got idiots saying, no, y'all ain't gonna say anything about Shakur when he got into trouble. One thing ain't got nothing to do with the other. We're talking about this. We already fought the good fight for Shakur. They took his mugshot and put it on BoxRec. We wrote emails saying, why is this done? I already explained to you, Sergey Kovalev, who's Russian, he's been arrested at least twice in America. He physically assaulted a white woman, kicked her dog, returned to the scene of the crime with a pocket full of money. The police were saying he might have been trying to pay her off. So that happened. And then he caught a DUI. That happened. And I think he had gotten in trouble on a plane or something. I don't recall too much. But all of these things happened. And we were right here to talk about it. You can't find no mugshot of Sergey Kovalev. You can't find no mugshot of Ron Garcia. These are the things we talk about. So let me tell y'all about me and how I feel about this kid right now. I've been said this. All I wanted this little kid to do, because he's acting like a little kid. He's in his 30s. All I ever wanted this kid to do was fight his contemporaries. That's it. And somehow, y'all called me a hater. And I said, fine. That doesn't change that he's not fighting his contemporaries. The people that he did choose to fight, I didn't ask for. But y'all celebrate this kid because y'all identify with him. Y'all love these tattoos on the neck and on the face and the cornrows and the grease and the chrome hearts and all this. Y'all are disgusting. And I hope y'all understand that all you did was enable him, because what y'all needed to do was pull away from him to make him understand that he's not doing what needs to be done as an athlete. He didn't care about your support. He said, I'm not like other fighters. I'm trying to get my money and go home. Y'all are literally saying, Tank, the game is dead without you. It's lame. And he's like, F you. Y'all are saying, hey, man, you could have did better against Roach, man. He says, F y'all. And I've seen some athletes treat their fans bad. And he's right up there with them. He's right up there with them. He thinks he has the weight of the world on his shoulders, but this is one giant self-inflicted wound. So for all of you guys that say, I need to see the tape, you don't need to see nothing, and the police don't have to show you anything. The lawyers have it. They reached out to his lawyers and said, yo, you got a comment? What's going on with this kid? They said, we have no comment, which means they haven't spoken to him. So he's on the run. We don't know where he is. All I'm saying is I hope he pops up to some precinct and just turns himself in. Because if the U.S. Marshals got to go find him, they come in there like SEAL Team 6. And he might get popped. And that's nothing to celebrate. This isn't funny. It's not a joke anymore. Y'all coming to our chats talking about who he beats up or whatever, that's irrelevant. Because this right here, because of how he's acting, I hope y'all don't think, well, keep wishing that this will be a slap on the wrist and he'll get about 6 months and he'll get let out and y'all get another portrait of him with his afro and the before and after braids after he gets a lineup with the 1970s afro. I don't think it's that. He might be in violation of his probation already because he's supposed to stay out of trouble. But like I said on my live earlier, right now at this current junction, I think jail's the best place for him because he's doing way too much. You're doing everything but fighting your contemporaries, and you keep getting yourself into trouble. No one told him to do this. So I think at this point, he needs to sit down in jail. What's the purpose of jail? Y'all call it punishment. For those of you who justify this kid's every move, but meanwhile, y'all got criminal records. But what's the true purpose of prison? To reform and rehabilitate. This kid needs to reform and he needs to be rehabilitated. He's a threat to himself. He's a threat to those babies. And obviously, he's a threat to women. Because if he don't generate compliance from them, he strangles them. Well, that's the word. And he has a virtual paper trail of doing that, video paper trail of doing that. So no, I'm not laughing at this. This is not funny. This isn't funny. But what's weird is you guys, his fanatics that justify everything he does. Right now, there's some tanker maniac talking about this is law enforcement's fault. This is the LDBC's fault. It's that girl's fault. And it's never him. Y'all breaking every glass. Y'all broke the Shakur glass. Y'all breaking the Devin glass. Look, they don't have these problems. Shakur's about to fight his contemporary. Nobody wants to fight Devin. He might end up fighting his mandatory, which is a great fight. The point is, everybody is working except him. He tried to give you a clown fight and he messed that up after y'all told us, leave him alone. He's a black man getting his money. We left him alone and he messed that up. But he did assault this chick at the strip club. And now the U.S. Marshals are on his bumper. So y'all go ahead and pray for this kid. And I'm not clowning. This is nothing funny. Because I don't want to get the news that he ate a bullet. I don't want that. But for him not to have turned himself in after all of this, I don't know where he's at. He can't say, oh, I didn't know. He can't leave the country without permission. So of course he knows what's happening. But y'all go ahead and justify this kid's moves, man. Y'all not helping him. Y'all doing him more harm. And this is why I can't stand this fan base. You guys are the worst. This is y'all fault. This is y'all fault. Bronx on deck.